Hello everybody, and welcome to Friday with Hexxit. Sorry, not Ticket, Hexxit. Um, so, I know I was hoping those videos I was telling you about would be ready for upload today. However, um, I don't know if I had mentioned already, but we've been having a few technical difficulties getting them ready. So, they have been delayed a bit, and for some reason Hexxit is lagging like crazy. That's annoying. This is really annoying. Hang on, I'll be back in a minute. Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that. Hexxit decided to crash. Not exactly been the best day today. Yesterday we were out kind of late celebrating one of my parents' birthdays, and so I didn't get back until, well, not the best time at any rate. And then I've also been having a bit of trouble sleeping during the night, so I slept quite late today, and this video is going to be quite late, which, again, I apologize for that. I was hoping to get it done earlier, but like I said, today has not been a good day. So, Hexxit is a mod pack in the Technic Launcher, obviously, that I might have originally said that I was never going to play it. I don't remember if I did. However, after I was watching someone else play it, I decided I would go give it a shot. And so here it is. Here I am, giving it a shot. So this has all been done without any cheats or assists. This has taken me something about, I'd say 3 hours or so of play to put all this together. I should mention though that you really have to look out with the spawn, otherwise, well, it's just going to be terrible. So, I've built all 5 parts of the Tinker's construct in here, and I built the final part of the Tinker's construct out here, which is one part I may not have shown you guys. This is the smeltery. You need seared bricks like this, a seared drain, seared faucet, and I believe it's called a casting table down there. You also need a seared tank. I have 2 because I like symmetry, but you only need 1, and you need a smeltery controller. And both the smeltery controller and the seared tank have to be on the same level. You can make this as high as you want, but you can't make it any bigger than this. Okay, so, another thing you may notice is these. These are mulberry bushes. A mulberry will restore half a drumstick of hunger, just on its own, but if you can combine them with blueberries, raspberries, or blackberries, you can make a berry medley, which I assume gives you more hunger. This is cotton, a cotton plant, which, if you get enough cotton, you can use it to make wool or string. That's my wheat. However, all the bread I have in my bar is mostly from barley, which I would strongly suggest you get at the start, because once you find it, it will grow like crazy, and each sheaf of barley equals 1 loaf of bread. So, I'll show you in a minute here how it works. Um, so with barley, I mean, you harvest it like normal and stuff. And you'll get the green sheaves that I'll show you in a minute here. Like I said, it grows quite quickly. So you get these, and I think you can get barley seeds from punching tall grass, but you're far more likely to just be better off getting a patch of wild barley and beating that down. You'll get a lot more seeds that way. Okay, so that's all my barley harvested. And so I got 35 sheaves, put that in the crafting table, turn that into a barley flour, which I believe can also be used in making cakes, but I don't have the ingredients for cakes right now. Then you put the flour in the furnace, and it will make bread, and we'll come back to that in a bit here. So I have a little storage unit that I built here. Probably not the best looking one, but still. These storage crates, you make them something like this, and that's a storage crate. Now, as far as I know, you can only have up to 4 at a time to create the spaces in there, but haven't tested to what extent exactly they can hold stuff, so I'm not entirely sure what their entire capacity is. One thing I would definitely complain about in Hexxit is the minimap is the worst version of the minimap ever made. My apologies if you like it, or even if you're the author of the minimap, but I mean, I cannot figure out how to set waypoints, I can't figure out how to do anything on it, which is really annoying, and to me it's a very useless minimap. So, other than that, I mean, it's a pretty solid pack, and one thing I've got to show you guys, I was out looking for something, I forget what, maybe it was sugarcane. At any rate, I was out looking for some resource that I needed, and I came across a structure that I decided I had to have, because it is one of the coolest world-generated structures I have ever seen. So as you can see, it's drying up here. Walked into the ground there, don't mind me. This is like a fortress castle built in a mountain type thing. And so I was like, okay, I should go take it, because I really like castles and stuff. And then I happened to look over in the graveyard, and thanks, to my damage indicator, or whatever that mod's called. Anyways, there's like a portrait that shows up when you look at something. I found out there's a haunted armor, which I was like, I am not at all equipped for that, so I'm probably going to have to wait to take that fortress until later. But I definitely have my sights set on it. It's a beautiful building. And that is one thing I absolutely love about this pack now, because I could never build anything like that. So the fact that it's naturally spawned in the game, it's amazing. Now, you might notice I have a strange axe here, which is actually called a hatchet. That is a hatchet I made from the Tinker's Construct, and I should also mention that in the Tinker's Construct, the best you can do is stone weapons and tools until you get the smeltery running. And speaking of smeltery, I need lava to run the smeltery. Lots of lava. So fortunately, there's a lava field here. Not too far away from my house. Okay, I should also mention, it's, as I'm sure you've seen, a very simple matter to get diamonds in this game. I mean, they're still pretty rare, to be honest. They're still pretty rare. They're not as abundant as iron or anything. But at the same time, they're way easier to find than they ever used to be. So that is another thing I have to say I very much like about this pack is, I mean, it's got some pretty tough monsters in it, I think. I think it might have infernal mobs, but don't quote me on that, I'm not entirely sure. Either way, it has some tough monsters in it, but at the same time, they're not just like, you have to construct a power suit or something if you want to survive. It's just like, if you manage to find enough diamonds, you can survive pretty easy. And luckily for you, oh snap, that's a creeper. Oh boy. Finding diamonds is a pretty simple task. So I'm going to sleep real quick here, if I can ever get in my door. So yeah, as you can see, it's making bread. Lots and lots of bread. So barley is definitely a good choice if you're doing a survival version of this game. Like, you could probably do this on hardcore and still beat it no sweat. Because like I said, barley just, it's, I almost want to say it's a little OP'd, but at the same time I'm like, well, not exactly OP'd, it's just, it grows about as fast as rabbits breed, let's put it that way. Okay, so I'm going to put some lava in my smeltery here. And that is, you can see how much fuel you have in there. So I'm probably going to go grab a couple more buckets, and I'm going to skip that real quick because that takes a little bit of time, and then I'll show you guys how the smeltery works. So yeah, see you in a bit. Okay, 3 buckets of lava are now in there. Alrighty then, so I think probably about 4 buckets of lava should fill up a tank. Now, as you can see, it's glitched out in the smeltery controller and it's not showing any fuel. So it'll glitch out like that sometimes. The simple way to fix that is do that. And now, there. Now, first thing you're going to need is you're going to need some copper and some aluminum. So it's a 1 copper to 3 aluminum ratio you need, and you will be making a metal alloy called aluminum brass, which you will use for casting purposes. So I'm going to hopefully have enough. I actually have no idea how much these things called ore berries produce. I'm hoping it's enough. That's 2 nuggets. You need like an ingot at least, I think. But that's what it looks like. So these ore berries apparently are the equivalent of, well, a nugget of the ingot. And I think it's something like 9 nuggets in an ingot. So keep that in mind. Apparently it doesn't want to mix. Oh, that's why. I totally knew that. Well, I know this is a legit one, but just to show you guys, you're going to need 3 aluminum ore. I think gravel will work fine too, but we'll go ahead and use regular ore blocks. And 1 block of copper ore. And that will, that will make enough molten aluminum brass to start casting with. And I should also mention the smeltery works a lot like the macerator in industrial craft, in that every block of ore that you put in there, it produces 2 ingots worth. So you should also keep that in mind. Okay, there's more molten aluminum. Also, these oreberry bushes, they act in a similar way to the mulberry bushes, except they grow the metals. You can literally grow metals in this game. However, the bushes require complete darkness or near complete darkness to work. Okay, so you go back here. I think you have to have the casting table at least 1 block below the faucet, but I'm not entirely sure. You should... maybe it's too far down. Let's try bringing it up a bit. Let's see. Going to have to hurry up here. Kind of wanted this to be a shorter episode. So yeah, a casting table. There we go. So if you just pour it on a plain casting table, when it cools it will create a blank cast. You only need to make 1 of these. You then take the blank cast to your stencil table, which if you have the smelter you should have the stencil table. And so you put the blank cast in there, and you can only make a ingot cast. However, you only need 1 ingot cast. Any other cast you want to make, you obviously have to have aluminum brass. So make sure you have aluminum brass to pour casts. That rhymed. These are used to obviously turn the molten liquid into ingots that you can use. Let's see here. I'm going to make a couple quick tool heads, or a couple quick tool pieces. Might as well show you that as well. More bread. I like bread. Okay, so part builder. No, not the tool station. The tool station. Not the tool force. Sorry, I'm getting really confused here. My apologies. So we'll get a rod, a binding, and an axe head. So we want an axe head made of stone. There we go. We want a tool binding, also made of stone. Boom. These shards are the equivalent of 0.5 blocks, and as you can see the material cost is 0.5. So yeah, keep that in mind. And stone rods can also be made simply by... oh, it's night time. I'll have a quick snooze. They can be made simply by taking 2 cobblestones and putting them in a stack like you would to make a stick out of wooden planks. And you can also see I have different torches. That's not the texture pack, those are torches that use stone rods instead of wooden sticks. Okay, so how much molten brass do I have? Good, enough to cast. I think each cast costs about 3 ingots. So as you can see, I put the stone axe head down there. You pour the molten metal, and, you know, like it would in real life, you make a cast of that. I think it would be probably ill-advised to try to use wooden parts to cast. I don't know. Personally, I just think molten metal and wood probably are not going to mix very well. Okay, so there you have it. You have casts. You put the casts in the casting table, and then you pour whatever molten metal you want out onto it. As you can see, I got a bunch of nuggets worth in there. You can just pour that out into a ingot cast, and it won't actually do anything because you only have 2 nuggets and not a full ingot's worth. So yeah, also I should remind you, I was wrong. It needs to be directly underneath the faucet, otherwise it will not pour. So yeah, keep that in mind. And real quick, I'm going to empty the smelter. This is what I do with leftover bits that I don't really want to waste time with. I just do that. And yeah, so that is a brief look at Hexxit. So I hope you guys enjoyed it, and as always, let me know what you guys thought down in the comments. We are still working on getting those 2 videos put together. The editor is having technical difficulties getting them compressed, but hopefully we can iron that out soon. Also, keep on the alert. We might be able to bring back the DLC's Don't Eat the Stone series. We have managed to solve the technical problems, but we still have the problem of trying to get everyone together in one place at one time. But we are working on bringing that back, so have no fear. So, yeah, if you want me to do a specific video on Friday, let me know down in the comments and I'll see what I can do. So yeah, I will see you guys Monday for the next Republic Commando video. Bye!